So hello fellow Earthlings. This is Earthling 6455463728. And when it comes to racism, segregation, I believe, is the root of all evil. I think segregation is what allows systemic racism to continue. And Joe Rogan was saying on his podcast, isn't it funny that the cities are, for the most part, democratic, and it's the rural areas that tend to be more conservative or Republican in the U.S. And that can simply, very easily be answered by segregation. In cities where large groups of people congregate in order to find jobs, etc., etc., they're going to be in closer proximity to people of different backgrounds and ethnicities and races per se. And in cities, people are much more likely to come to realize that, oh, wait a minute, you're just like me. Of course, that's not a complete thing. It's not 100%. Everybody in cities are not able to get into close contact with other people of other races. So there still are these groups. This area is for this type of person, that area is another type of person, and people might never go to school with people of a different race. But it's much more likely than it's going to be in a place with lower population density. Another way you can see how segregation works is in the animals that we choose to eat. Most people come in close contact with dogs and cats. So the idea of eating a dog or cat is kind of like eating, in some ways, a person. Because my dog is like this, it's friendly, it's this. We anthropomorphize these animals, dogs and cats, and we give them a certain amount of personage per se. And that's why we don't have a problem with eating a cow, because who sees cows? That's why we don't have problems with potentially eating sheep and chickens, because they're way over there. Most people are not in contact with sheep and cows and whatever else, and pigs. And we can see how it works even with a horse. Horses people ride. They are in physical contact with horses. So, because that's what, they were used for. So people are going to be a little less likely to want to eat a horse, because more people are going to be in individual contact with horses, whether it was a horse-drawn buggy or whatever the case might be, as well as, I guess, for the purposes of horses, you probably wouldn't breed as many horses because you're not eating them as much. So, yeah. And you can even see it in the days of slavery, whereby lighter colored people were supposed to be working in the plantation house, because they were seen as more, I guess, white. So it was easier to deal with these people. And you even see it today in the idea that so many people who are famous have white ancestry. So it's easier for white people to see these people as people because they're closer in looks to what a white person accepts as being white, and therefore being in many ways a person per se. It's unfortunate, but I think at the end of the day, in order to, if racism is going to be eradicated, segregation has to end. And by segregation, people mainly associate segregation with these laws that, black people can't live here, and blacks and whites can't get married, for example. But no, there are lots of unofficial ways that segregation occurs, even past, these redlining, the historical redlining in the USA, and probably in other countries as well. And that's my piece for today. Oh, of course, let's get rid of the isms and the phobias. In order to get rid of them, let's try to see other people the way that we would like to be seen. And of course, if you destroy the like button, that would be great. If you want to be a subscriber, even though it doesn't really mean as much anymore, that would be great. Peace.